Yo, what's going on guys? Jordan from Conklin Official. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over with you guys how you should be structuring your training sessions so that you can get the most out of them.
I just been ballin' out every season, knowing some niggas I left in the piece. I just been married to double cup, I gotta pull me a four inside another leader. Time to pass and then run it up, I gotta put the new bells inside of the freeze.
So structuring your training sessions is really important if you want to get the most out of them, and if you're like me, I kind of just go by a loose structure. So I get to the field and I don't set up like a certain amount of time for how much I'm going to do the warm-up and this drill and that drill. I kind of just do what feels natural for me. So if that is what works best for you, then go ahead and do that. But I still kind of have an idea and a structure as to how my training session is going to go, and that's really important to have. The first thing you should consider before getting to the field, which is really important, you don't want to be doing this when you're at the field and trying to get your session together. You have to determine how much time you're actually going to spend at the field. So do you have something to do later on in the day? Do you not have enough time to do that actual session? Do you have an hour? Do you have 2 hours? So you want to determine that, and then you want to determine like what do you want to work on in the session. Do you want to work on primarily shooting? Do you want to work on passing, dribbling? You have to determine this before the session if you want to make it run time efficiently. What you can do, and I've done this in the past, you can write down your session and how you want to structure it in a journal, if that's what works best for you, if you need a strong structure. But if you just do a loose structure and you get to the field and you do what feels naturally, then that works well as well. Now, the first thing you need to do in every session, of course, I shouldn't have to explain this, but it's the warm-up. This should take around 10 to 20 minutes. This includes the dynamic stretching, activation with resistance bands if that's what you like to do, and some warm-up touches maybe with a partner. And this is all really important to warm up and prepare you for the rest of the session. And then after the warm-up, I like to personally do things that are more fundamental based. So like passing against the wall, simple first touch drills, something that's really basic that really like kind of just ramps me up to the bulk of the session. So let's say I want to work on passing primarily for the day. I would do, in this part of the session, I would do probably passing against the wall, something really basic. And then as I progress, I increase the distance between me and the wall so that it's a longer distance, and it's just ramping me up for the actual bulk of the session, which would be like long balls with the partner. You wouldn't want to jump straight into long balls because that would be bad, because you haven't warmed up really your technique and your muscles, so it wouldn't be really efficient to do that. So that's what I recommend to do after you do the warm-ups. And then once you're done with this progression stage, you move into the bulk of the session. This obviously takes up the majority of time in your session, probably around 45 to 60 minutes, depending on how long your actual session is. And again, you should be determining what you want to work on in the bulk of your session before you actually get to the field, so that you're not having to figure all this out last minute. So if you're wanting to do like a shooting drill or like dribbling, if you want to work on dribbling for us, like the bulk of the session, that should be where your most intense drills are. So the progression stage was to work your way up to this stage. So now the dribbling drills can be more complex, they can be more fitness related, more intense, and this is really where you want to get the majority of the work done in your session. Now, the bulk of your session doesn't always have to be fitness related because you don't want to be doing fitness every single day. So you kind of just have to tailor it towards how you want the intensity of your session to go. The bulk stage of your training can just be like more complicated dribbling drills or passing drills or shooting, doesn't really matter. But it's really just what you want to work on and making it more intense after the progression stage. And then the final stage of your training session, guys, should implement some sort of a cool down or light competitive games with like a partner or a group. And this is really just to cool yourself down after the bulk of the session. So you can really just do things like the horseshoe drill from Become Elite, or like really light intensity, small-sided games. If you have a group or if you have a partner, just do like light 1v1s. Something of that nature that's like just cools you down, it's competitive, and it kind of just sets the right tone for the session. You're not doing everything super intensely, guys. You don't have to do every single drill super intense. It can be fun, it can be competitive, as long as you feel the development from it, and getting that cool down is really important for every single one of your sessions. Pretty much it for the video, guys. If you have any other questions, or if I missed anything about how to structure your training sessions and you have any other questions, just leave it down below in the comments. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. That would mean the absolute world to me, and it helps the channel grow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.